2, 3. Welcome everybody to Grow Mastermind Group. We are a group of entrepreneurs here whose mission it is to vision and purpose to encourage other entrepreneurs to fulfill, unleash, and discover their potential. Where I meet every single Sunday at 8 p.m. and we discuss different topics like house seeds or things that every single entrepreneur or person that needs to grow, they will be inspired from. We also have a lot of, I will say, beautiful, uh, amazing, inspirational stories. So if you're not tuning in with our group, please do so. Um, Tonight we have something special. Tonight is not going to be our regular 8 o'clock. I think it's a little bit earlier, 2 hours early, 6 o'clock. And we have an event tailored special to Crush 21. Why to Crush 21? Each of us have that dream to make a better year, to grow, to do better. And every single of you deserve to have one of the best years and best outcome from that year. And for that reason, we thought we're going to put some wonderful, I will say, amazing, well put together, step by step, how to crush it, how to get the best of you, how to put your goals together, how to create a vision, how to put your mindset, how to put your goals, how to go over your time management, your accountability, your overall, I will say, like you see in this beautiful slide that runs over me, above me, outside, to take control over your life. And of course, to put some energy in that one, because without to put the energy in what you have and to really wish it, really want it, it's going to be very hard to achieve it. This being said,
Absolutely amazing to have the resilient and invincible mindset, and then you have these gorgeous goals which inspires you, brings you the energy. And some people are telling me, well, I think that I'm too old, or I'm too late, or I don't have the experience, and all of these excuses you can come up. But the best time to plant a tree, that was 20 years ago. So you can see the fruits. You can see the fruits of your labor and this tree just growing up. But the second best time is right now. And by right now, I mean right now. I really hope you get many notes, because if you're telling me I don't have time, then I'm going to transfer you to a very dear friend of mine who is very knowledgeable how to do time management. Christian, now it's you. Let me stop sharing this. Go ahead.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Ileana. It's been great. Lots of insights, and I just love everything you said, and I'm sure that everybody else has enjoyed as much as I have. Thank you everyone for being here tonight. I'm gonna try to do something which I haven't done before, so it might go really well or it might go great. It's not going to go wrong. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen, which is going to either show the notes I put in, or it's going to show the PowerPoint I've done. Either way, both they're going to show exactly what I'm going to present today, because it's going to be something you want to take notes on. You want to be paying attention, because it's really important. And time management is one of the things that just lots of people think like, how am I supposed to manage my time? And for me, I think it's something that everybody should think about it. And the way people should think about it, they should think about how to control your time, because managing your time is like, do you really want to manage yourself, or do you want to control what's going around you? It's not something you want to do, and the time is something, the only thing you cannot get back, because what you can get back, it's something else. You can get back your control. The control is something you can gain back, because you go back to Juan said, the mindset, and then you go back into controlling the goals you have, and you go back into so many other things that a lot of the other guys are going to talk to with you about what's going to happen in the next hour or so. But control is power, and if you know how to control your time, everything else is going to fall into place. Nothing else is going to go in a different way, because controlling is like, you allow the bird to go out of the cage, and you have that string to keep it back, so you can bring it back in all the time. And you're looking into like, in order to be and I'm going to dip in lots in what Iliana said before, and I'm going to be talking about how organized you'd be. The reason I'm talking and I love this topic is because every time, well, I have probably at least every other day somebody's asking me, how can you manage to do this? How can you manage to do so many things? And I'll tell you a bit about myself and what I do, because I wear so many hats, as they say. So I can be a 10x, I can be Mr. Purple Bricks, as they call me, because this is what I do as one of my main businesses. It's in real estate. I can be the investor. I can be the dad, and I can put all the nonsense in my face and just playing about on the Christmas day. But this is who I am. I'm doing lots of things. So I'm running about 4 or 5 businesses, and I still have plenty of time to deal with everything I do, and still have time to have time. Because I have the way I do it, and is one of the most important things is when you are organized, everything is going to fall into place. I put in one of my dear friends is actually on the call today, and he knows that, because we talk about it, is how to create your diary. And the best thing to do it, you need to change your diary into just put it like 15-minute slots, rather than do notes and say write things down, but try to see how many things you can do in 15 minutes. Obviously, there are a few things you can't do in 50 minutes, like you can't clean your house in 50 minutes, but you can clean your house, or you can hoover in 15 minutes. Or try to see how many things you can do, how many calls can you do, proper calls, in 15 minutes. I've done 2 calls in 1 minute, and I gain 1 business from 2 of them. So if somebody says they can't be done, I can show how it can be done, and proper conversation. And that's why it's so important for you to write things down, because it's important to have it. It's important to know exactly what you're gonna do. And look, I'm gonna do one of those things, and some of the things are quite personal, I would say. But look, I have no problem with that. And if I can manage to put my camera back off, or maybe I can see it. I will show you one of the pages I do, which is, let me see, one of them. I don't know if you can see it.
Hold it in front of you. Hold it in front of you like this.
So if you see here, this is like one of my schedules, and it's all split in between like 3-hour slots. But in those 3-hour slots is 15 minutes. What I'm going to do 15 minutes in every one of them. And I do like wake up at 5:30, and between 5:30 and 6 o'clock, I meditate. Between 6 and 6:30, I walk and run. 6:30 to 6:45, I have my breakfast. Between 6:45 to 7, I have take a shower. And then I have a meeting. I just choose one, which is like Thursday. I have a meeting like 7 o'clock in the morning. The thing is that what you need to understand is that if you are, you keep that control and you're organized, you need to think about what you do, because when you write things down, you need to know exactly what you want to do, and you need to know exactly what you don't want to do. So you need to have like 2 columns. One which is going to show you exactly what are the most important things that you want to follow up on that day, and what the things that you want to avoid the pitfall. You don't want to go into that. And the minute you put those things in writing, you need to understand, before you do something, think about the consequences of your action. what's going to happen if you don't do one of those tasks that you actually set up as to-do list? And what will happen if you do one of the things you actually said, I'm not going to do this? See what you're wasting your time. Because if you don't complete the task, and I know that we live in a crazy times at the moment, but for me, 2020 was the most productive year I ever had, because since the lockdown, I managed to open 200 businesses. I went into partnership with different people, do investments. I created a few mastermind groups, which I met so much like great people like Juan, Peter, Liliana, Jeff Oden is here. And Emmanuel. So there are so many. I can't even. And if I didn't mention names, that's mean you're less important. It's just there are so many people, so great people. I mean, look, I had the chance to ask questions to like David Hasselhoff and Mike Tyson, and I was like, who the hell is me talking with these guys? You know what I mean? And then just shows you how you can do it by having the right mindset, like Juan said, and you be setting your goals right, like Iliana mentioned, and make sure you complete that. Just get to that stage when you think about the consequences of your action, because that's going to allow you to complete all your tasks. But make sure when you complete the task, you do it one by one. Multitasking, it's not working. It might work in your head, but it's not going to work on the paper on your income, because you need to complete every task based on the priority. Which one is the most important one, and which one is the one that's going to produce you more? That's like so important. You need to stick to that and make sure you do it in the right way. And you need to think about which one is the first thing you're going to do, and what you want to do. How can you do it in the best way, and how that is going to make a huge change in everything you're going to achieve. Because if you do that one thing, which is like the amazing thing, which is going to create like a boost in your income, or a boost in your love, in your life, in everything, that whatever it's your goal, you need to make sure that you focus on one thing at a time, because that's going to make a huge difference. I use the 10x because I am also one of the licensee with Grant Cardone, and I've done this I've been doing this for like 8-9 months, and it's amazing how you can end up from being thinking like this to going like, look, mate, I want to earn £10,000 a day, and people say like, are you mad? I'm like, look, I'm earning £10,000 a month right now, and I had chats with people I know for 4 or 5 years, and they were talking about £10,000 a month being a lot. And I was thinking, I was like, I'm in the wrong room. I can do more than that. And I thought, like, if I can do this on a daily basis, it's amazing. That's why I'm going back to, write things down and rewrite your goals, your task, your project every day, because every day your goals are going to be presented in a different way. And if you use those slots in the right way, you're going to see the difference, because on the next day, you've done something to one of your goals, which is going to bring the other one closer to achieve it. And that's why it's important to plan it every day. It's going to save you time, and it's going to make you more money. So who from this group in here, or whoever is watching on Facebook, doesn't want to make more money and have more time to spend with their family? I don't think anybody's going to say that. That's why it's important. Plan ahead. Your book, it's the one is going to tell you exactly what's going to happen. You create that book on a daily basis, because it's going to allow you to go, just to go on that page, when it's going to allow you to write the 10 goals you're looking about. And what's going to be, the best way to look at it is just write things down. Like Iliana said earlier, write down 10 things that are just the most important things to you. Because if you're planning ahead, it's going to allow you to respond to whatever is going to happen. Because obviously the plans are not going to go as you started from the beginning. Things are coming in, things are changing. Yesterday was no lockdown, now you're on lockdown. So you need to adapt, but don't change the the settings. Stay focused on what you're doing, because that time, the time you move away from being focused, is going to allow you to, is going to take you away from what you're looking to do. You know, you need to, and we spoke about the goals before. You know, if you, when you create the goals, if you are the correct one, make sure you set the time frame, because the time, it's so important. Think about which one is the one is going to provide you the best outcome, and put it on top of it, and say, look, I want to be I don't know, I want to be the best speaker in this area, and I want to do it by 1st of February. And just put that in your mind, because whichever says you know, what you enjoy the most is exactly what's going to create the best results. If you set a clear time frame, it's gonna, and you stick to it, it's gonna save you the time from you know, what you're gonna do next. And it's very important to have that deadline, because if you have a deadline, you commit, you stay committed to your deadline, and it's gonna keep you active. Because if you, when you put a goal and you put the deadline in the right way, you know, you set it, you know, you have to do something by tomorrow, that's going to allow you to you know, just to put everything in place. And don't stop, you know, regardless what's going to happen when you have that time frame between, let's say, 9 and 11, and you that's your goal. Don't stop until that's done, regardless what happens. If somebody comes in and is going to tell you that, oh, I need to speak to you, just say, I'll speak to you later. You need to learn more, because the more you learn, the more productive you're going to be. So you need to do it now. There's no, yeah, maybe I will do it later. You need to start doing it now, because right now it's exactly what you need. The only reason you should move away from your goals and your time scales is when something's like a really, like, very, like an emergency. It's, I don't know, I don't want to go into any details, but something which is very, very important, that you need to move away from those goals. But try to come back to those goals as soon as possible. And another way to actually make your life easier and save you time and take control of your time is to make sure you start your day in the right way. Because if you don't start the day in the right way, you're always going to have that issue. You're going to be going into something that is going to take you from starting with something good in your mind, and then you're going to move away into something else, because you're not going to control what you're going to do. So if you want to do it right, make sure you wake up early. Like Grant says, wake up before the sun's up. Just be the first one in your family is going to wake up. Have that time. Waking up in the morning, I know it's going to be hard. Some people are like, look, I'm going to wake up at 9 o'clock. And if I say, you look, wake up at 5:30, you're going to be like, are you out of your mind? You know, I'm not going to do that. I can't do this. I'm not a morning person. And I have people that I work with that they were thinking about the same thing. I can't do this. If you know you can't do it slowly. So instead of waking up at 9 o'clock, next time just go and wake up at 9:15, and then 8:30, then 8 o'clock, then 7:30. Just do it slowly, and you know, try to make sure when you do it right from the beginning. And you see, when you write your task or your goals, make sure you actually what's going to happen. You're going to make sure that you write down, and you always start with the hardest and the most important task. You know why? Because even if you don't get the right outcome, the one you're looking for, you release the pressure and you're happy. Look, I've done it, and it's out of my way. I can focus more on the next one. Because if you take the easy ones, then you're gonna push everything backwards, and you're gonna wait and wait, and you're gonna be like, I can't do this. I know that, and the only thing you're gonna think about is gonna be how you're gonna deal with that the task at the end. And when you're gonna end up to that task at 5 o'clock, that, let's say if you work 9 to 5, when you're gonna end up to 5 o'clock, you're gonna find a reason to postpone it. or it's going to make it so hard because you build up all that pressure throughout the day. So that's why always start early and start with the right positive activity, because it's going to allow you to, if you meditate or exercise, when you pick up the phone or you send an email or a message to somebody, you're going to be in the right mindset. If you have a lazy start, then you're gonna have to rush and push everything from one day to another. So you're gonna have to just move it in a different way. The way I see it, if you start your day right, everything is gonna fall into place. And this is gonna be one of the things I believe it's something which is gonna be very interesting. And I love this. This is one of the things that I love the most in the time management. The right attitude. The attitude is the key to success. If you think it in the right way, if you have the right mindset, and you have that attitude that, look, I'm going to be successful, you can do anything you want within the time you're looking for. Time, it's only matters when you're not sure. But if you know that you're going to be successful, everything else it doesn't matter, because it's gonna lead you to the great results. And attitude is like a cocktail. I call it the way I call it is like the 1-3-1 method. Because if you have the right attitude, which is a composite of, you have the thoughts which just come from your head, just go into your feelings. So the more you impress those thoughts into your mind, they're going to turn into something you're going to start feeling, and then you're going to put your body's going to start taking the action. So if you have the right attitude, it's going to save you that time, because you're going to do something which you really love. So when you do something you really love, the time is not important, because you're going to be so productive. So the results you're going to get, which is the 1-3-1, which ends up from the results, they're going to be determined of how you're going to think. And it's really important to have that positive attitude, because you have a negative attitude, it's negative results. It's like really simple. Like, for instance, Iliana was talking about creating a vision board. What you see behind me is my vision board. It's exactly what I think and what I want. And you can see there are so many things in the background I do, which is exactly based on what I do. So if I tell you just give an example of my daily routine. I wake up at 5:30 in the morning. I'm doing my meditation, running. I'm doing my emails, and I'm speaking with my daughter, and I have breakfast and everything. And all this I'm doing about before 9 o'clock. And from 9 o'clock, I'm starting doing meetings. Sometimes if it's a Sunday night, I'm actually meetings from 1 o'clock in the morning, because the guys in America love me with a passion, so they want me to be there. So I'm sleeping about 3-4 hours a night sometimes. But what you need to understand is it's how you work your time, because if you rest 2 hours or 3 hours before, that's going to allow you to go with the right mindset. When you wake up and you feel fresh and you feel ready for action, it's going to give you the right attitude, and it's going to allow you to do lots of stuff. And based on that, people say, like, you're doing lots of things. So that's why it's so important to learn how to delegate. If you want to grow, you need to learn how to delegate. You need to create a great team around you. Like, I have a great team around me right now. If I'm looking only at the people we have on the call right now, which we've been working tirelessly for the last few days, and we created this from nothing, and Peter has been amazing with all this. It's like, what do you need more? You have the people around you. So surround yourself with great people, and surround yourself with great things like books, courses. Make sure you have the best things that are next to you. And if there are things that you know how to do, but you're not so keen on it, don't waste your time on doing it. Because I will give you an example, but I'm not going to name names, because it doesn't matter who it was. If I do something which I know how to do it, but it's going to take me 1 hour, I would rather pay somebody let's say I'm earning my rates, let's say £50 an hour, and the rates in UK, you're looking about on average about £10. So I would rather pay somebody £15 an hour to do those admin or to do those emails or calls for me, because in that time, that hour that I will spend my time in doing something else. I will do something else. You know, it's going to allow me to actually earn $50 £50 or $50. So I'm going to save $35 or pounds, because I'm not going to spend my time on doing something which is going to cost me. I'm going to do it right, but it's going to cost me more. I actually had somebody when my car broke down a while ago. It was the time management was. They asked me how much your time cost, and I say, look, you can't afford my time to pay it, because they're like, oh, we're going to give you five. If you tell us how much you earn an hour, we're gonna try to give you the money, because it's our fault because we couldn't provide you with a car. And I say, look, I'm earning between 200 and 500 pounds an hour, and they were like, well, we can't give you that. But they give me £50 just to compensate. So that's why it's so important to find the people who can do it, share the responsibilities with those people, and they're gonna do it everything else. Like if you know that you're earning £500 an hour, make sure you don't wash your car, or you don't cook your dinner. I know some people are like, look, but I love what to do that. But why would you do that when you can do something better, and also you're gonna help another person to make some money and make a living, and they're actually gonna earn more money because you're gonna pay them more than usual. So that's why it's important. It's very important that you do your best, and you give the rest to your team or the people that are around you. And my favorite quote is, work smart, not hard. You know, be valuable 90% of your time, and the other 10% of the time, make sure that the people around you are as valuable as you, because that 10% that you share, they need to produce the same results. It's going to allow you to do that, and you need to take in consideration three things. Think about what are the best three things in your life, write it down right now, and just say, look, those are the three things I'm really good at it, and if I do this continuously, and the best way I can do it is going to allow me to just go from here to here within seconds, or within minutes, or within days. And like Grant Cardone says, when people say I have no time, excuse my French, that's bullshit. Everybody has exactly the same time. Nobody has 25 hours or 8 days a week. We all have the same. It's all about perception, it's about control, and it's about how to delegate and how to make that sure. Make sure your round table, it's the one who's going to be with the right people next to you. Because if you drag the people to do what you do, then that's gonna waste your time, and you're gonna be less productive, because you're gonna have to take care of those people instead of take care of yourself. And it's very important for you to be taking care of yourself first than anybody else. And people say like, well, I need to take care of my son, or I need to take care of my family first. I'm like, how? Think about, you are on the airplane, okay? So it's an emergency landing. The oxygen mask is coming out. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna put it to your son first and then to you? By the time you end up to put oxygen mask to you, you're dead. So that's why it's important for you. Take care of yourself first. Health, mental, everything. You have to be the best version of yourself, because that way you're gonna be able to take care of everybody else, and it's gonna allow you to have more time because you are there. And another great thing to do, make sure you take breaks, because you need to switch off. Even if you switch off for a minute, take that minute and switch off everything around you. I know so many people say, look, I want to have a balance in my life, because that's going to allow me to spend my time, proper time with my family, and proper time with everybody else. what I will say, make sure you put 100% in everything you do. If you're at work, you're 100% at work. If you're with your family, you're 100% in the family. Because if you burn yourself down and you don't recharge, you're going to be dead. You're not going to have that time to think about, and your thoughts and your feelings and actions is going to lead, is going to show the results. That's why it's all important. Remember that, listen to your body, because your body is going to be the one who's going to allow you to, it's going to be, it's like the connection to your mind. The action, what the thoughts are coming in. So when you have a clear mind and a clear vision, you're going to have a clear result, and that, the vision board or the diary you set up is going to keep you focused, and it's going to allow you to be working on your goals rather than scrolling social media and see what other people are doing. Remind yourself all the time, you are there to do a job. Even if you work from home, switch off everything around you. You need to, if you feel that you're slipping away from your mindset and from your time scale, push yourself back into it. Take a short break, because if you force yourself in doing something, you're going to be less productive and you're going to waste your time. You're going to do it wrong and you're going to have to do it again. So take a short break, move away from it, and then go back and do it right. Have fun when you take a break. Whatever you're going to do. Sometimes I used to do just take like a half an hour, just a power nap, or just 20 minutes meditation during the day. And when you finish with that, you're going to be just like flying, because you're going back into it. You see, look, I love Juan with his kids next to him. Awesome, but he's focused. The kid is focused on his battle. He's focused on the show. Everything is focused on one thing, but you're focused. Everybody's focusing on their own thing. So you have that time, and my time is running out soon, but I'm aware of it. So when you are doing those, going back to the goals and setting up your goals, because it's important to understand that every goal you put into it is worth it, because that's your time, that's your effort. Take every goal you have and make it, split it, just make it into, break it down into smaller goals, because every time you achieve a small part of it, it's going to allow you to be, you're going to enjoy that victory. You're going to get more excited, more productive, and you're going to utilize your time wisely. Because if let's give you an example. If you're planning to, quit smoking or be the best on your field, it's not going to happen overnight. So you need to set up your goals and set up. Remember, as I said earlier about, you have that, when you utilize your time, you plan and you say, my time scale, I want to quit by end of December. I know it's only 3 days, but you can quit from taking, let's say if you smoke and you like 20 cigarettes a day, then you go to 15, and then you go to 10, then you go to 5. But you know that you need to do it by 12 o'clock midnight on the 31st of December. So you need to put that effort and require, because baby steps, but you will go in the right direction, and it's going to take you faster than you think. And you need to acknowledge, I said that before, acknowledge the time you have. Like I said, we all have the same time, but if you don't control your time and you're allowed to manage, the time is going to manage you, because the time is going to take control over you. You're going to look at the watch all the time, and you're going to look at, I need to do this, I only have 5 minutes. You see, for those 5 minutes can be going really fast. So if you know that, look, you're under pressure, I have 5 minutes to go, I need to finish this in 5 minutes, you're going to be like, hyperventilated. But if like, I have 5 minutes and I have so many things to say, your perception is going to be different. If you take the time out of the equation and you focus, those 5 minutes, they're going to just can be forever, or they can be very, very little. That's why you need to work and you focus on your work. When you play, you need to play. Be 100% devoted to everything you do. Don't multitask. because you don't want to give 90% to something and 10% to something else. And I know that, and this, look, I have like, there's no sexism or anything like that, but everybody said the woman can multitask. They probably can. They probably will. But are we doing it in 100%? You can't do it. It's like, try to do something. Look, I'll give you a little test. Try to write something down and do something else in the same time. I can guarantee you can't. Because if you want to write down, if you do something else, the minute you move away from it, it's like a horse vision. The minute you move away from it, you are missing something, or your writing is just going sideways. That's what it's about time. You need to be focused, be committed, and make sure you give your undivided and full attention. Discipline. You need to be disciplined yourself. You need to have that scheduling time. You have to make sure that if you do delegate something, you may make sure that the business and make sure everybody else are in the same mindset and they follow you. And you need to be the hardest worker on your field. You need to be the best one on your field. And you need to be the most devoted husband and wife. And you need to be the most caring parent, mother or father. Because you need to think what's the most important part. The more disciplined and the more focused you are, the more clear you're going to be on what to do. And, try to avoid to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody will be perfect. You're not a machine. We all feel, we all have different things that they're gonna change us. And that's gonna, if you do the best you can, that's perfection for you. Don't aim to be perfect because you're gonna fail. You're not gonna do stuff what you want to do because you're continuously gonna try to do. Oh, I need to be perfect. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this, and you're gonna waste your time of trying to perfect your pitch, perfect your presentation. You just go and do it because that's how you're gonna learn. The next time, I'm not gonna do this again like this. I'm going to do it in a different way. We're just going to be, instead of spending 30 minutes, I'm going to do it in 25 to allow you to ask me that question. And the most important one, which I love this, learn how to say no. If somebody comes in and you're doing something in that time which is really important, regardless how important it is for them, it's not important for you. You say, look, I'll speak to you in 10 minutes. And if it's important, they will come back in 10 minutes. I can guarantee you take this into consideration and do it with somebody and see how many of these people are coming back in 10 minutes. They're probably going to forget. Or if it's that important for them, take a look. I have on my way to do something else. You have 30 seconds to tell me this. But this is on my way from A to B. So the minute you walk, they have 10, 20 seconds, whatever it takes you to take that next step. So you have 10 seconds or 20 seconds or 30 seconds to tell me what you need. But let me remind you that this is not the most important thing I'm doing right now. So it's a no. You don't get my full attention. So if you help with that, then I can take that on, but I'm not focused on you right now. So just say no. There's no disrespect, but I want you to get the best time I can offer you. My undivided attention and full commitment to that. I'll be focusing on what you do. That's why it's so important, so important to have that, to the willing and be able to say no. And another thing that I really like, and if you want to grow, if you want to become the best version of yourself and produce the best results in your life, you need to understand that if you are the best person in that room and the smartest person in that room, you are in the wrong room. Move away from there. Get somebody, get a coach, get a mentor to help you out. Get somebody to keep you accountable. And what's going to happen? You're gonna grow faster because that person has been through that journey already. They know some shortcuts. You're just learning, And it's not about taking shortcuts. It's about doing it in a better way. There's no shame in asking for help. There's more shame. It's more a shame to actually don't go and ask for it and say, look, I raise my hand. I can't do this right. Can you help me? And my friend Brandex, he's the master in accountability and the guidance. He's going to tell you so many great things and the benefits of having that guidance and keep you accountable. That is going to say you're going to see how much time you can save. And remember, 15-minute slots. It's crucial. I can do in 2 minutes. I can actually put my and people are like, this is not what you call it, healthy living or eating. I put my stuff to microwave my food, and in the meantime I'm going to take a shower. And by the time those 2 minutes are done, I'm showering, put the food out, and I'm eating. Don't waste any second, guys. Time is crucial. You control your time, and you can fly away as high as you can. So I want to thank you everyone for listening to me.
Thank you
And
very much, sir.
if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
We have some questions in the past. Somebody was trying to find out if you use different composition books for each of them, and um, how you organize if you have different companies. That was
I just give my full attention to each one at a time. I don't combine them. Some of them, they are connected to each other, but the minute I move that connection from one to another, I'm fully connected to that. So if I'm, I don't know, if I'm someone, let's say I deal with the estate side of the business, and somebody's asking me, how do I make more money? Then I'm like, my brain just goes switch. So now I'm talking about making money. I'm thinking about 10xing, and I'm going like, okay, so are you looking to make money or are you looking to buy a property? So you just say, well, I want to buy the property. I say, okay, fair enough. So what are you looking to buy? And they're going to say whatever they're looking to buy. And then I'm just going from that, I'm going, so how much money you have? What's your time scale? When you're looking to move? So you see, I'm just going then break it down because I need to understand where they are, so I don't waste my time.
The question was more about organizing his your paper notes. I think the question is very I mean, I will tell you one thing, and I think Christian is going to agree with me. The best way to do it, because I also have different companies that I'm working with, it's I take one company a day. So each company has one day that I spend on it. So I have like a company, like I take like 80% of my time is going to be focused on one company. The rest of it is going to be everything that has to be catch up for that day. So in that one, I'm not going to burn out. And I know that Monday it's uh, uh, like off market day. And I know that I need to deal with the off market properties. So my mind is set up from the morning. And by the way, I think the insights that Christian throw inside there are amazing, and everybody should be aware that time is one of the most highest and most expensive commodities that we never gonna get it back, and you should really focus on how to manage your time. Whatever is not productive, delegate. Whatever it doesn't help you, don't do it. Use the 4 quadrants of the time, which is one of the most crucial and beautiful ways to split up your time. Whatever is more urgent and important, put it as a priority. Whatever it is urgent but not important, secondary. And whatever is not urgent and important, well, don't do it. Don't waste your time.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
No. So to answer your question is, I split the businesses in morning, afternoon, and evening because I know exactly which one is going to come. Because after a while, after doing it for long, you know exactly. It's like a template. You know exactly what business is going to need in the morning, what the other one is going to come in. So if anything comes in the meantime, you know how to switch from one to another. So it's how you manage what comes in. But the most important part is you need to respond to what comes out from your environment. Don't react. So if somebody comes rushing into it, oh, we just lost £1 million with our business. Don't go like, oh my God, we need to run, we need to do this. No, just say, look, okay, so let's see how we can recoup the money. So you need to make sure you respond. You need to take, if it makes it easier for you, just take a breath and just count to 5 or 10, and then your reaction is gone. Then your mind kicks in.
Indeed.
So that's going to save you a lot of time as well, because you can make huge mistakes when you react instead of responding to your outside environment and things that are coming out your way, in business, in relationships, in anything, in life in general.
Wonderful. So,
Excellent. Thank you.
like Mr. Christian said, you need accountability. And Mr. Christian, do you want to introduce our next person?
Yes. So my man, Brandex, the man himself, he's gonna tell you lots of things about how you can set yourself accountable. So without any further ado, I'll give you Brandex.
What's up, amazing people? Wow, I think I've written like 7 pages of notes. No lie, like let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, just about 7 pages of so many different nuggets of information that has been out there. I want to introduce myself. I'm Brandex.